would somewhat strenuously argue against that point.
Okay.
I think the real advantage of a startup is that you're not culturally bound by all of your past successes. I've worked in big companies and I've worked in startups both. It's really hard to change the culture of a big company.
Okay.
They talk about it. They want to change. Like if you talk to any CEO of any major financial services company, I talk to all of them, they all say we're fintech, and I'm like, well,
Really?
I get what you're saying and I understand why you say that, but culturally you're not. And it's why they buy fintechs, they buy resources who can think differently, but typically there's a culture clash when that happens as well. And so I think the ability to understand what the pain points are of a customer, think differently about how to address those, and attack them without legacy infrastructure or any of those kinds of things that even like a company like PayPal, 20 years old, ton of legacy technical debt that we have to address constantly. But I think startups right now, as I mentioned, I think there's going to be more change in the next 5 years than we've seen in a long, long time. And that means there's going to be a ton of opportunity. Historically, if you look back at the Fortune 100, like 100 years ago, 95% of them are out of business.
Right.
So why? Because they couldn't adapt. And they were replaced by people in this room who became big companies. So I do think there's immense opportunity, but there's going to be immense pressure on constantly challenging yourself to change.